At 11:52, on a freezing November night, 29-year-old Leah Morgan boarded the last train out of Harbor City. A station camera recorded her entering the third carriage. 14 minutes later, Leah's handbag, coat, and phone remained inside the carriage. But Leah was gone. No doors opened. The windows were sealed. The emergency alarm was never activated. Daniel Reeve believed Leah had been removed during 94 seconds. That officially never happened. 6 years later, an old train ticket appeared beneath the door of his apartment. The ticket contained 7 holes. A normal conductor's punch made 6. Leah Morgan was a financial auditor employed by the Harbor Metropolitan Rail Authority. She discovered that millions intended for tunnel repairs had been transferred through fake contractors. Beneath the city existed closed platforms, maintenance chambers, and forgotten sections, called the dead system. Ashdown had been closed after a fire in 1998, but trains still passed its abandoned platform every night. Leah told her brother she had found evidence that could send important people to prison. If anything happened to her, he should remember seat 14. At 11:49, Leah received a 17-second call from a public telephone inside the terminal. She entered carriage 3 and sat in seat 14B. At 12:03, the lights inside carriage 3 flickered. The darkness lasted approximately 1.5 minutes. During the blackout, an elderly passenger heard a real metal bell ring 7 times. When the lights returned, no one initially noticed that Leah was missing. Detective Daniel Reeve began with carriage 3. Beneath seat 14B, he found 4 fresh scratches forming a rectangle. An older technical plan revealed a maintenance hatch directly below the seat. The hatch had not been welded shut. It had been hidden beneath a replacement panel. Railway Operations Director Adrian Vale personally denied Daniel access to the historical track plans. Before a court order could be delivered, a pipe burst and destroyed the Ashdown map. The tunnel temperature remained exactly the same for 94 seconds. Daniel found retired signal engineer Tomas Wren living outside Harbor City. The old junction near Ashdown could still be moved manually. Police identified a convicted offender named Evan Rusk as their primary suspect. 2 weeks later, Rusk was killed when his vehicle crashed during a police pursuit. Rusk's DNA was found on Leah's coat, but Daniel discovered an innocent explanation. The city wanted an explanation. The railway wanted passengers to feel safe. A dead suspect could not contradict them. Daniel entered Ashdown Station without authorization. The station had been closed for years, but Daniel found fresh boot prints. Near the platform edge, he found a brass railway button. Before he could search further, transit security arrested him. 3 months later, Daniel was dismissed from the Harbor City Police Department. At night, Daniel returned to Leah's case. Years passed. The 7th punch represented an obsolete station code, Ashdown. Nightline 8's conductor, Peter Lyle, had vanished from his home. Inside a locked wardrobe was Peter's uniform, One brass button was missing. Inside Peter's storage unit, Daniel found a manual ticket punch, an Ashdown signal key, and Leah's missing envelope. Leah wrote that a railway source identified only as T had agreed to help her. The damaged triangular punch belonged to Tomas Wren. Tomas had not merely understood the old signal system. He had designed the fraud. Inside Tomas's empty house, Daniel found an Ashdown tunnel map marked in red. Daniel entered Ashdown through the same tunnel he had used 6 years earlier. At the end of the corridor, Tomas was removing containers from a cavity behind the bricks. During the blackout, Tomas diverted the train. Peter opened the hatch. Leah was pulled onto the hidden platform. Leah broke free and ran into the service corridor. Then the station lights came on. Adrian Vale stood at the other end of the corridor. Vale accused Tomas of killing Leah. Tomas accused Vale of pushing her. Tomas reached for an old signal pistol. The weapon fired into an overhead pipe. The damaged pipe shook the old station bell. 7 strikes beneath the train. Vale ran toward the track. Tomas followed, still carrying the weapon. Tomas raised the weapon. Daniel tackled him before he could fire. State police entered through the service stairs and arrested both men. Behind the wall beneath Ashdown Station, investigators found Leah Morgan. Technicians recovered part of Leah's final audio recording. The official report now described the hidden platform, the maintenance hatch, and the 94 missing seconds. Leah's brother asked for the old Ashdown bell to be preserved as evidence. Years later, Daniel kept the punch ticket inside a glass frame above his desk. The truth often survives inside the detail that does not belong. The extra hole, the silent platform, the bell beneath the train. This was the last investigation.